Steve Jewin, MMA Mania.
Yes.
Hi, you're on with Steve.
Hi, Dave. It's
All
a
right.
pleasure to talk to you today. Thanks for the time.
Hey, you're most welcome, Steve. Thanks for having me.
You bet. And first thing I want to say congratulations to you. This has been a long time coming. I've seen you fight in Bellator 7 times now. You won all 7 of them, and you're finally getting the title shot. So how does that feel?
Oh man, it feels great. I just gotta say I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm abundant, and I'm free. I've been on this affirmation kick and feeling the love, man. Feeling the love from Bellator, from my fans, from my family and friends and teammates and trainers. And this is my time. It's my time to shine, and I got the momentum, and I'm just gonna keep it going.
You have
I'm
definitely
gonna keep
got
going after this stuff.
You have momentum in spades. There's nobody else in Bellator right now that's got your record in the lightweight division. So it's got to be something that Will Brooks is taking very seriously, knowing you're coming for him.
Well, yeah. It's interesting the way he's been presenting his outlook of me. It's either he's a really good actor, and he's or he really is ignorant to the fact of my skill set. And yeah, he says I'm really basic. That is true. I am basic. I've just gone back to the basics over and over again, and I think that's the key to winning fights is fundamentals. And I'm really interested in finding out if he's really smart, or to the point where he kind of plays it off like he's not. I totally respect the guy, but at this point he is kind of an enigma to me. I think he's got really smart coaches, and I really respect American Top Team, and I respect Will Brooks too. But you're basically
saying it's gamesmanship on his part. He's just trying to get you out of your rhythm and make you do something you wouldn't normally do in the fight.
Yeah, and I can respect that. I totally respect that. But I think he's in for a rude awakening, one way or another.
Well, we're going to find out very soon, April 10th at the Brent Event Center in Irvine, California. So not much time for him to continue to try to get in your head. He's got to be getting ready for the fight himself.
Yeah, he seems to be on Twitter an awful lot, and that's okay. It's a generational thing. It's a professional thing for some. I myself, I have this $25 Go phone, because phones aren't really that important to me. I mean, this one works just fine right now, but sometimes I have the text to Twitter, so I can see people that tweet at me. Will Brooks tweets at me a lot. He has a lot. He trolls me on Twitter, and it's funny to me. It's entertainment, and I gotta thank him for keeping it lighthearted. I mean, he tries to be really serious, but it comes off as really lighthearted, and I see the inner child in him, and I see that scared inner child, and he should be scared. It's a scary thing.
Right, but as you said yourself, you do take him seriously. I mean, he didn't get to this position by accident. He beat Michael Chandler twice, so you have to take that seriously. Yeah.
I mean, he beat him for sure once, and I take him seriously. I totally take him seriously. He is a threat, and I'm gonna respond to that threat with appropriate force, and but he definitely has holes in his game. I don't want to get too much into specifics, but I've been working, a couple hours a day with my coaches, and we have the right game plan, which honestly I'm prepared for anything. I don't have a plan A. I have a plan A to Z, and it's just honestly just being formless in there and taking what he gives me.
Right. Wherever the fight
and
flows,
then,
you're ready for it.
Wherever the fight flows, that's right. That's right. Top to bottom, on the feet, on the ground, against the cage, in the open.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing that, but since you're not giving away the game plan, maybe you can at least give away how your weight is for the camp, how close you are to the weight right now.
Oh, my weight's good. I wake up under 175 pounds, so I wake up in between 167 and 175. And it fluctuates, but yeah, it's in there somewhere.
Is that your typical, is that how much you're usually at, 2 weeks before the fight? Is it right around that range?
It's actually a little less. I'm a little lighter than I typically am because, I gotta account for that, making scratch weight. So I'm doing that. I'm a little lighter, but I still have that power. I gotta, man, give a shout out. Well, first to my massage therapist, Bill Proppy. And he's the one who really opened these doors by connecting me with these specific people. And I feel like it's just a chain, of events that it's just changed my body since my knee surgery, especially. And, so Bill Proppy, he connected me with, a trainer named Megan Urson. And, Megan Urson, she turned me on to this guy, Pavel Totslin, I think is how you say his last name. He's Russian. He brought kettlebells to America. And I got on that Power to the People program, deadlifts and presses, deadlifts and overhead presses, the side press actually in the book, and that's the one I stuck with for the most part. And then the simple and sinister kettlebell routine also. I have, Power to the People, Simple and Sinister. If you don't know about these programs, check them out. Really grateful for that. So,
well,
Bill Proppy, thank you.
Yeah, all the elements sound like they've come together. Then your fitness and training, your weight and your camp, and your dedication and discipline. It's just all come together right now at the perfect moment, and now is the time. Yeah,
and especially I think my mental training, I feel like I've always been sharp with that component, but right now I'm at an all-time altered state of just heightened senses and awareness. And got to thank Float On. It's a flotation tank company here in Portland, Oregon, and they've been sponsoring me for coming up on 4 years now. I'm undefeated since I started floating. I started floating right before my first Bellator fight, and that's been a huge component. Just floating, visualizing the fight, seeing it play out my way, hundreds of times before the fight happens. It's like I've already won this fight so many times now. I just gotta retrace my steps.
Right. I'm a little curious about that, though. Is it sensory deprivation? What exactly is it that allows you to get that focus when you're doing that?
Well, to call it sensory deprivation, it's a little bit inaccurate.
Right. I don't know how it works. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah. But it is totally dark. The water is right around 93 degrees, which is roughly the skin temperature, so you kind of lose yourself in the water. You have a little out of body experience sometimes, but every float's different. But yeah, it's dark. You can open your eyes, you can close your eyes. It's the same, and so it's really easy to visualize when you don't have to focus on your posture, because also the salt water, it's I think there's something like 800 or 900 pounds of this special Epsom salt in this water, which is 10 inches deep or so. And so you're buoyant. You're lying on top of the water, so like the ultimate waterbed, and your posture is just totally in line. Your neck and spine, you don't have to worry about anything. Your arms act as buoys in a way, so you're not going to flip over or anything. And so it's really easy to get into a self-hypnotic trance and do this mental conditioning, and then sometimes just letting go of all thoughts and just going into the void, which is also really helpful. I think it's just like hitting the reset button and coming out fresh and reborn in a way. And
to me, it sounds
that's
it sounds a lot like Buddhist meditation, how you just reach that point of oneness within yourself where the world just melts away and you're completely in tune.
Yeah. Mindfulness meditation, great tool, and just to be able to, not judge these thoughts that come and go, but to look at them almost with a third person's perspective, and just let these worries that everyone has just drift into the ether and get back to my natural state, which is, we're all born geniuses, and then this cultural parasite that gets into our heads through pop culture or whatever, our parents saying, don't touch that, don't eat that, the creativity somehow gets lost or muffled, and floating and meditating is a way to get back into touch with that natural state of being free.
Well, listening to you expound on these thoughts, Dave, I've got to think there's a really interesting Bellator MMA special on Spike TV if they just film you going through these things and talking about these experiences. Have they got cameras following you around right now?
No. Yeah. There's a movie and I'm in it, but nobody's filming it, and I mean, people see me doing my training, and a lot of people roll their eyes because I do different things. I got this kick bike. This guy. Shout out to Enrique Cubillo. Susoy is his company he's starting. It's spelled Susoix, and it's stand-up spikeboarding. I don't know, never heard of it, but it's like a cross between longboarding and Nordic skiing, cross-country skiing. And so I haven't fully graduated into the spikeboarding part because I don't want to fall off a longboard and get road rash at this point. But he sent me a kick bike. It looks like a 10-speed in the front and a child's Razor scooter platform in the middle with a smaller tire in the back. And I've been crushing hills uphill. It's all about uphill and independent limb development and kicking left, kicking right, kicking left, kicking right. And it's amazing, cardio, the tool it is. And I'm really grateful for Susoy reaching out to me, and thanks Enrique. And then and I juggle a lot, which is also, I don't know, I think people find that interesting. For me, it's another way to get into that meditative state really easily, because if I'm free of thought, I have no problem catching the balls, and I can do some tricks now. And the juggling balls, these are actually something my boxing coach gave me. Andy Minsker gave them to me, and his boxing coach gave these very juggling balls to him 30 years ago. And so I feel very honored to continue this tradition of juggling, to develop hand-eye coordination as well as peripheral vision, because you can't just look directly at the balls. You gotta kind of let your eyes blur and just respond to where the juggling balls are taking you. So,
well, it seems like the ideal way to prepare for striking in a fight, because sometimes you've got to have that peripheral vision to see your opponent before he's even in front of you. And if you can do that with juggling balls, you can do that when your opponent's just out of the corner of your eye and land that perfectly timed strike as he moves in.
That's it, man. It's an old boxing trick, and it seems to be one of those situations where I continue to be in the right place at the right time. And, Andy Minsker, he's a living legend. He's from Milwaukee, Oregon. He now lives in Damascus, Oregon. That's my hometown. Like, so when I do go out there to his sportsman's lounge, most of the time we do the training now at Rose City Fight Club in Portland, Oregon, but, for the Bellator tournament, a lot of time that I was driving out there to his lounge and hitting mitts in his, in there, and there's just so much history that, these aren't my skills. These are skills that have been passed on to me just along the chain. My wrestling coach when I was a kid, Mark Sprague Sr., he was inducted into the USA Wrestling Hall of Fame for coaching, and he never wrestled a match in his life, but he's in the Hall of Fame for coaching and just producing national and world champions. Yeah, and so, even though I'm not like the most tremendous wrestler on paper, but I have that heritage, and really grateful for that.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got a scholarship to the University of Oregon, so obviously you had that wrestling ability from the very beginning, even before you got into fighting. Was it always in the back of your mind that this would lead somewhere else, or did you just think at the time that wrestling was something you were good at and you wanted to do? Did you even perceive of MMA back then?
No. We were watching the UFC 1 on VHS at one of the national camps, the Cobra camps, and it seemed terrifying to me because of the no rules, no weight classes, and no weight classes, I'm out. But yeah, as the sports evolved, it seemed just like a natural fit for me once, especially, I didn't accomplish what I wanted to do in wrestling. I really wanted to be a national champion, and, just the way I was living my life, just too many distractions. I was just confused. I didn't know who I was then, mid-20s. I had mid-20s crises, but I found myself, I feel like I lost my mind and I found it, and once I found it, I found out I never lost it at all, and, I'm just really happy that I've had such great people around me that have given me the love that I need and that I deserve and we all deserve. And yeah, I'm in a really good spot. I got a just powerful woman in my life right now, a partner, and she's really been there for me and helped me grow. And I'm taking all this with me into this fight.
It sounds like you're in a really good place then, as you said yourself, and you're fully ready for Will Brooks. So do you have any parting thoughts for him? And then I'll ask you to give some plugs at the end.
Will Brooks, he's on his own vision quest. I'm on mine. We're going to meet somewhere in between, and I want the best for Will Brooks. I really do. I think the best for Will Brooks is a lesson in humility, and I'm happy to oblige giving him that lesson.
They do say you learn more from a loss than a win.
Yeah, he's going to learn. He's going to learn a lot from this fight, and it's only going to cost him his win money. It's a bargain. So, I guess plugs. I'd love to thank Bill Proppy first and foremost, my massage therapist. He's just really helped me out in so many ways. Just he's like a therapist. He's a massage therapist, and we can all use some therapy from time to time. So Float On is another sponsor that's been there for me. Sensory deprivation. I don't want to call them sensory deprivation tanks anymore. Flotation tanks.
Right.
Bulletproof Nutrition as well as On It. They've really been there for me, and I'm grateful for them. Paradigm Sports Management and Rose City FC, 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu Portland, as well as there's so many jiu-jitsu schools in this town that have been welcoming to me. Impact Jiu-Jitsu, Nemesis Jiu-Jitsu, Henzo Gracie, PDX, all these guys I really appreciate. Man, the guy, I'm living in this guy Stuart Weiland's house right now. He's a fantastic musician, and he's really helped me out with his living situation. We got a mat room. You know, we got one of the rooms is just mats. It's just awesome. I brought some mats in. And yeah, so Stuart, I really want to thank him. So many other people that I'm spacing right now. Robert Velarde, my kickboxing coach. Ian Loveland, longtime teammate and now a coach of mine. Robert Follis, back from my Team Quest days. A lot of people that I don't even know personally, but they've helped me out. You know, just MF Doom. I had him listening in the background. Special Herbs, Volume 4 and 5. You don't know about MF Doom.
No, you are speaking my language, because I also write rap reviews and do a couple of hip hop websites, so that's right up my alley.
Okay. Yeah, he's been there for me. So, just one of the musicians that I'm really thankful for discovering.
Yeah, you'll laugh when I tell you this, but the only CD that's been in my car for the last week is Operation Doomsday.
Nice, man. If I had a CD player in my '89 Toyota pickup, it would be in there too. But it's just going through my head constantly. So.
And he does have a very calming, meditative voice. The way his slow flow, the way he speaks, that could put you in a Zen-like focus right there.
Oh yeah, man.
All right.
Yeah, so many layers.
It's
like an onion.
Well, we're peeling back a lot of the onion today in this interview, but like I say, there should be a Bellator special on Spike TV with all this wisdom we can gain from this interview. There's not enough time today, but I want to talk to you again in the future because there's so much more we can get into.
I'd like that too. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate it so much.
Yeah, it's been my pleasure, and I look forward to the fight on April 10th at the Brent Event Center in Irvine, California with Will Brooks. I know it's going to be great.
I do as well. All right.
Okay, take care, Dave. Thanks again.
You're welcome. Cheers. Thank you.
Bye-bye.